Good morning. This is Macomb Mayor Mike Inman. It's Tuesday, March 17th. It's St. Patrick's Day here in Macomb, and obviously the city and the state and the country are dealing with some unprecedented events related to COVID-19. This is my first update of many that will be coming to you over several social media platforms that the city has to keep you informed as best as possible as to what's transpiring both here in Macomb and around the McDonough County area. First and foremost, we want to assure you that we have been on top of events transpiring not only here in Macomb but across the state and the United States over the last 10 to 14 days. We've been working closely with our partners here in the community. As recently as yesterday morning, Monday morning the 16th, a group of county-wide partners, including representatives from Western Illinois University, the Macomb Fire and Police Department, the Emergency Services and Disaster Agency of McDonough County, as well as our partners with the school district and the health department, all met for nearly 2 hours to be given current updates as to situations transpiring here locally and the need for us to have certain parameters in place to minimize the spread of COVID-19 here in our community. As you're aware, Macomb is complying with Governor Pritzker's orders at limiting access to public places. Effective at 7 o'clock this morning, Macomb City Hall was restricted access to the public. We remain here at City Hall working. The business is transpiring, and we are just simply limiting the amount of public contact in Macomb City Hall. If you have information, if you need information from any of our departments, please feel free to call City Hall. You may come to City Hall and make payments at the drop box located on the north side of the building. There's a large orange cone on top of the drop box, so it's easily identifiable. And in compliance with the governor's orders, there will be no attempt to reduce utilities for folks that either are unable to make payments because either they're sick or physically unable to get out of the house. There are other forms to make payments, though, either online or through the mail. We're still receiving mail, obviously, here at City Hall. And this is the first day that bars and restaurants are closed to the public for dining in purposes, but we have a good number of our restaurants are participating in curbside and home delivery. We'd encourage you to check the Downtown Development website here at City Hall, and there's an updated list of those restaurants that are participating in that kind of activity. And to support those, for example, in the downtown square, you may see signage, temporary signage indicating that spaces in front of those restaurants are reserved for folks wanting to take advantage of parking and picking up at the curbside. We're really in some unprecedented times, and we want to assure you that we have a plan in place. We have been over the course of the last several decades, many of us in city government, including myself, have participated in a number of practice exercises, many of which detailed events such as we're dealing with today. I want you to know that although we practice sincerely, we are now implementing those lessons learned from those practice exercises, and be assured that everyone here in City Hall is working closely with all of our partners across not only the local community, including the hospital and the schools and our friends at the county and the health department, all across the board, but we are staying in close contact with our state and federal resources to make sure that we're getting the most efficient and best use of resources that are available to the city. I'd like to remind everyone that there are grocery stores open and doing a great job. I want to thank our local grocery stores, and particularly those folks that are working so hard to make sure that the shelves are stocked and that we have plenty of food and we have plenty of other supplies that we need. I would ask you please not to go to those stores and engage in hoarding of any of those commodities. Be assured that if and when additional restrictions on travel and things of that nature are implemented, banks and pharmacies and grocery stores will remain open, and there may be some restrictions on the number of hours they're open, but they will be open and you'll be able to access those. We would encourage you to, as best as possible, to exercise all of the CDC guidelines about social distancing, avoiding any unnecessary contact outside your family unit, and for those folks that are in those compromised health situations or folks of a certain age, we'd ask them to please stay at home. That's a consistent guidance that you should be hearing from everyone from the federal and state and local level. And we would also encourage you to remain in contact via phone or internet with those folks that are confined to their homes due to health conditions or age requirements. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Check on them to make sure that if they need something that you can provide and get that to them in a safe way, to please do that. This is one opportunity for us to also take care of each other. And some other notes we'd like to share with you. The census, this is a prime opportunity for you to go online and participate in the census. The census is continuing. And then, of course, today is primary election day here in Illinois. And if you've not had an opportunity to get out and vote, the polls are open. And that's an opportunity for you to engage in the democratic process. So we would encourage you to be well informed, and we will do our best to keep you informed. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any offices in city government, and we can provide you with guidance from the CDC. Although we're not healthcare professionals, we do have consistent information we'd like to share with you if you have any concerns. For those folks in the small business community, we have taken the initiative to send out information that we have garnered from our state and federal partners, and that information is being shared both electronically and over the phone with some resources that may be available to them through the Small Business Development Center at Western Illinois University and the Small Business Administration at the state and federal level. Again, we would encourage everyone to take care of yourselves and those that are around you, and particularly those folks, be mindful of those folks that are most anxious about what's transpiring. Thank you, and again, if you have any questions, please reach out.